Guys, today I want us to discuss about a controversy that has stirred up emotions across Jamaica and beyond. A shipment of relief items sent with intention of helping hurricane victims became the center of a heated public dispute involving Buju Banton and Minister Daryl Vaz. But this video isn't about choosing sides, it's about something deeper: accountability, transparency, and how we deal with public concerns in moments of crisis. When a public figure raises an issue, especially one involving aid, national reputation and systems that should protect the vulnerable, the immediate response should not be dismissal. It should be, investigation, clarification, and if necessary, correction, instead of what we witnessed was a rush to defend reputations rather than address the root concern. Now, let's unpack what really happened, why public accountability matters, and what this controversy exposes about how we respond when something goes wrong.
Let me take time out just to indicate that there was an unfortunate post yesterday by a musician indicating that there were some wrongdoings in relation to the cargo that came for relief. While I welcome all efforts and attempts for persons to help in small, medium, and large ways, fact of the matter is that we must have an accountable system.
Buju Banton, come here, because me want know if I saw you salt that so much aid coming at this country, so much plane coming at this country from so much countries across this world, and a year cargo. Then go in, how you so salt? And I heard Minister Daryl Vaz coming out to say you guys know each other personally and you could have reached out to him as somebody in top level leadership to look into this matter for you. But in my mind, I just think that you just want to say something to make the government of Jamaica look bad. And you should also understand that it's not only going to let the government look bad, it's going to make the country look bad on a whole to international person who already grab up this story and run gone with it. International superstar, things miss not airport. If you stop it, you know there are other ways that you could have dealt with this.
I didn't believe Buju Banton from the start, and I'm very happy that it has now been proven without a doubt that he was lying. They never stole any of those things. The footage as well as the manifesto has been released, and I just want to ask, what was the point of lying? Was it political? Was it because you were trying to seem like you were doing much more than you actually could afford? What was the point of lying on the customs agency? Was there a time where the customs agency would absolutely steal bigger ticket items? Yes, but those days are long gone, even before the Labour government. That's not custom agency of today. And coming on here to blame the hardworking men and women who work down by customs agency for whatever reason that you had was absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, and you should face a lot of backlash for that.
Daryl Vaz, good morning. Daryl Vaz, good morning. Daryl Vaz, let go the shirt them off of the people in Jamaica. Let go them shirt. Buju no liar and Buju not tell no lie. You know how much we send barrel and things go Jamaica and then thief them out? Daryl Vaz. Who you man? White skin man. Who cause the corruption in Jamaica? Uno caused the corruption in Jamaica. Uno white skin people. Uno generation of viper. Uno caused the problem in Jamaica. But I don't blame you. I don't blame you. The people them vote you in. Because I saw enough Jamaican people stay. Them rather Uno. You're going to silence the man until the man say him shouldn't say it. Him shouldn't say it loud. Take a census and see how much away send stuff at Jamaica and he missing when he left wharf or when he come through wharf. What you mean, sir? What you mean?
I do not have the evidence and I do not have the facts. And I love to see the trail, a chronological order of how things happen from the goods were put on the plane or the cargo, whether it was put on it or not, the manifesto, and go through it like a go through it very meticulously. But one thing I can address is about how the Minister Vaz dealt with it. Right? Listen, nothing is wrong with anybody in Jamaica cussing peer cloth, vex and blah, 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 because of how certain things have been handled or how they believe they were being handled. Nothing is wrong with that. Can you imagine 1,000 people, 20,000 people getting up in Jamaica and actually complaining? Nothing is wrong with that. It is how the government, we should take the high road, handle it. Now, when I listened to how the Minister Vaz dealt with it, I said, you missed a trick. That's very arrogant, you know. You got to actually work with the people. You see, without talking about what he said, how I believe it should be handled, and of course that's just me, and I don't know what you think. What he should have said was something of that nature, like, listen, I've seen a video going around, it's not nice, don't like it, and it's shedding some negative things on the customs or whatever like that at this particular time. However, I've checked through a couple of things and it's not adding up. It doesn't look right. You know, I don't know, something is not adding up. So what I'm going to do, and this is going to shut this thing down, I'm going to reach out to the person in question, which is Buju Banton, and have a conversation with him, because he's got my number and everything, and I'm sort of disappointed he never reached out to me. But nevertheless, that's what I'm going to do, you know. Bless him. And Jamaicans, we are here for you. We're here to support you and blah, blah, blah. Simple. Simple. Sometimes you can say a lot without saying a lot. And therefore, what the minister should have said was try to find a way of taking the high road. Because guess what? Enough people talk about what Buju Banton say all the while. Everybody talk about it. So them these things that custom and waff and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, new. It's like one of those things we call Jamaica. It's an open secret, you know. This is nothing new. So therefore, take the high road. Look into the whole situation and see if you can take this moment of anger, this moment of annoyance by Buju Banton, and try to make it good for the bigger picture.
Let me make a statement before we get into this video. Mr. Vaz, Mr. Daryl Vaz, suggesting that Buju Banton link your phone privately rather than go to social media about public business, about a public facility that he spent his money to help the people of Jamaica, seems unethical, seems shady, and it seems suspicious. And that is the least way to describe it.
I don't watch comments, because when I watch them, I have to answer the ignorant. Because I have some guys out there where them pay, especially in Jamaica, and some girls, some all that girl them pay, and some batty boy, you know them, kind of people, we call them demon. I don't give a demon. Them come on your page, and all them I try to is make you look like you don't know what you're saying. Me no pet them, me no pamper them. Them like me, my worst no blood clot like them.
Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. Buju Banton publicly stated that items from his relief shipment appeared to be missing. Whether intentional or not, that allegation touched a sensitive nerve because Jamaica and many countries like it has long history of mistrust around shipped goods, relief efforts, and supply chain transparency. But instead of calmly saying, let's investigate this, the conversation quickly shifted into accusations, finger pointing, and defensiveness. The narrative became less about what happened to the missing items and more about whether Buju had the right to speak out publicly. Here's the truth. Any citizen, donor, or public figure has the right to question a system, especially when relief support is involved. And when an issue is raised publicly, the solution is not to shame the person or discredit them. The solution is to investigate, provide evidence, and communicate facts. Whether Buju was right or wrong, it is secondary. What matters is the system's response. Because if raising concerns leads to character attacks, people will stop speaking up. And when people stop speaking up, problems stay hidden. Here's where we need to slow down, breathe, and look at the bigger picture, because this controversy reveals something important about how we approach accountability, national reputation, and public trust. When Buju Banton raised the alarm about missing items, the conversation should have been, simple. Let's check, let's verify, let's understand what happened. But what happened instead? A defensive response, immediate dismissal of the claim, and a strong effort to protect image rather than explore the concern. Now, here's the problem with that approach. When you respond defensively to a complaint, you're not protecting the system. You are, undermining trust in it. People watching this situation unfold saw a well-known musician, say something was wrong, and a government official fired back publicly to say he was wrong, even before the public could fully see the evidence, the process, or the context. That kind of response can make people feel like institutions are more interested in reputation management than truth. Let's be clear. Accountability isn't an attack. Transparency isn't disrespect, and raising a concern is not a crime. When someone says something might be wrong with a public system, especially one involved with relief aid, the appropriate response is structured calm. Factual investigation, not embarrassment, not name calling, not framing the person as a problem for bringing up the issue. And this matter because the moment a society stops listening to concerns, especially concerns about public operations, that society begins to weaken. Progress comes from questioning things. Improvement comes from challenging systems so they can get better. Yes, Jamaica's international reputation matters. Yes, aid management must be protected and respected. But the best way to protect a reputation isn't by suppressing concerns. It's by addressing them thoroughly and transparently. Now, if the shipment truly left the airport intact, then good. Show the paperwork, show the footage, show the chain of custody. That is how trust is built. Evidence is not just a rebuttal, it's a reassurance to everyone watching. But when people jump to shame the person who raised concern, calling them wrong, claiming they are damaging the country, what message does that send? It tells others that raising issues publicly will get them attacked. And that is dangerous. We need to create an environment where speaking up is celebrated, not punished, where concerns are treated as opportunities to improve, not threats to silence. And let's talk about accountability for a second. Accountability is not about blaming people. It's about understanding what went wrong, how it went wrong, and preventing it from happening in the future. If Buju's items were not stolen by customs, the concern itself highlights that many people do feel insecure about shipments, aid distribution, and transparency. Instead of dismissing those feelings, we should be asking, why do so many people feel this way, in the first place? And what can we do to build more trust? This controversy could have been, a moment of unity, a chance to show that when issues come up, Jamaica investigates, resolves, and communicates effectively. Instead, it became a public clash, one that people around the world watched closely. If we truly care about Jamaica's international reputation, then our first priority should be building systems that are trustworthy, efficient, and transparent. Not systems that become defensive when questioned, because a country looks strongest not when it avoids controversy, but when it addresses it openly. At the end of the day, whether you agree with Buju or with Mr. Vaz isn't the point. The real question is, how do we react when something goes wrong? Do we investigate or do we attack? Do we clarify or do we shame? If we want progress, then our response to criticism must be maturity, not ego. And that is the lesson this entire situation should teach all of us. Now, guys, let me hear from you. Please drop a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Also, remember to subscribe, like, and share as well. And until next time, bye-bye.